What if I told you that somewhere on the dark corners of the internet, an online community exists that doesn't just discuss murder, they glorify it. They aren't just trolls or sick fans, they're organized. And they have a chilling rule: you either participate, or you disappear. This investigation is based on disturbing reports circulating online. Some say this cult is real, some say it's internet myth. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll realize the internet is hiding secrets darker than you ever imagined. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story so twisted it feels like a horror movie, except it's real. The Maniac Murder Cult. You've probably heard whispers online, stories told in hushed tones, rumors of a group that uses the internet to recruit, plot, and execute their darkest fantasies. But no one ever talked about it, until now. It all started when an anonymous tip landed in the inbox of a true crime blogger. They received screenshots of private chats. Chats filled with instructions, cryptic symbols, and discussions of real-life murders. The messages weren't just talking about committing crimes, they were planning them, celebrating them, and broadcasting them to new members in a twisted, digital hierarchy. And here's the thing, these weren't random teenagers. They were people from all walks of life, doctors, delivery drivers, even college students, drawn together by one thing: obsession with killing. But why? What drives someone to join a cult like this online? Is it curiosity? A thirst for notoriety? Or something even darker that lurks in the human psyche? And here's where it gets worse. One of their members posted a video, and it went viral. But not in the way you'd expect. Authorities later confirmed that the footage wasn't staged. Real people, real victims. The authorities had no idea this group existed. There was no name, no official website, just hidden forums, private servers, and members communicating through coded messages. It's like a puzzle, a digital labyrinth that only the most obsessed could navigate. And one wrong move? It could get you noticed, permanently. Before we go further, I have to ask, what would you do if you stumbled upon a group like this online? Comment below. And if you want more shocking investigations like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications now, you don't want to miss the next part. So how did the Maniac Murder Cult recruit new members? It wasn't obvious. They didn't spam random people. No, they waited. They found those who were curious about true crime, horror, or dark web mysteries. Then, like a spider luring prey, they slowly drew them in. The first step was always a test. A seemingly harmless challenge, a puzzle, a riddle, or sometimes a creepy scavenger hunt that pushed boundaries. Those who solved it were rewarded with access to secret forums. But these weren't normal forums. They were locked behind layers of anonymity, accessible only via encrypted browsers. Here, new recruits were shown videos, told stories of past initiates, and slowly indoctrinated into a mindset where killing became not just acceptable, but necessary. And it wasn't just psychological. Rituals were part of the initiation. Members described elaborate ceremonies where new recruits had to perform acts of violence, sometimes symbolic, sometimes real. Each act was documented and shared within the cult. The higher your rank, the more extreme the initiation became. Here's the chilling part: even the lowest members were encouraged to report any act of hesitation or refusal by another recruit. Betrayal, snitching, all of it was punished. And punishment wasn't metaphorical. In some cases, it meant real-world consequences. Imagine discovering that someone you thought was a friend had been hiding this side of their life. The cult encouraged secrecy above all else. And one slip-up could make you the next victim. And remember, this story is based on online rumors, dark web claims, and alleged reports. Viewer discretion advised. So tell me, would you dare to dig deeper if you found a group like this lurking online? Comment your thoughts. And don't forget to smash that like button if this story is keeping you up at night. By this point, authorities still hadn't caught on. The group was careful, almost surgical. But the biggest mistake they made? Believing the internet was their fortress. One careless member left a trace, and that's when the investigation really began. Authorities had been chasing leads for months, but the Maniac Murder Cult was meticulous. They communicated in encrypted channels, used burner phones, and employed complex codes that were almost impossible to crack. But eventually, one careless slip brought them into the light. A new recruit, eager to prove themselves, accidentally posted a piece of a ritual video on a public forum. It wasn't much, just a few seconds, but it was enough. Investigators quickly pieced together usernames, IP addresses, and cross-referenced them with missing persons reports. And what they found chilled them to the bone. The evidence wasn't just text messages or forum posts, it was photographic and video proof of horrific acts. They uncovered layers of documentation, meticulously catalogued victims, ranked by how brutal the cult deemed the act. The higher the rank, the more violent and disturbing the acts became. Some of the rituals were symbolic, but many involved real people. What made it even worse? Some videos showed members bragging about how they evaded the law. Their confidence wasn't arrogance, it was a sign of how insulated they felt online. The internet gave them a false sense of invisibility, a digital fortress that they thought no one could penetrate. And here's the terrifying part, the investigation revealed that some members weren't even local. They were spread across states, sometimes even countries. The cult had become a global network of killers, all connected through the dark corners of the web. Investigators set up undercover accounts, posing as potential recruits. They infiltrated private chats, traced digital footprints, and slowly unraveled the hierarchy. Each layer revealed more depravity. The cult had rules, ranks, and an almost military-like discipline. Their planning was precise. Every attack, every ritual, every video was a calculated move to maintain secrecy and control. Can you imagine realizing someone you know could be part of something like this? How would you even react? Comment below your thoughts. And if you're hooked by this investigation, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what comes next is even darker. The breaking point came when authorities tracked a member to an abandoned warehouse. Inside, they found evidence of ongoing rituals, dozens of items used in ceremonies, and digital devices filled with incriminating content. It was a nightmare scenario, proof that what they thought was just online fantasy had crossed into brutal reality. And this wasn't the end, the arrests were just beginning. The arrests shook the nation. Members from multiple states were taken into custody. Their online personas didn't match their real lives. Some were quiet, unassuming citizens, others were young students or middle-class professionals. The public couldn't reconcile who these people were in their daily lives with the monsters they became online. During the trial, chilling details emerged. Prosecutors played videos and read messages that outlined the cult's rules, rituals, and hierarchy. Members admitted to committing violent acts, but many claimed they were indoctrinated or pressured by higher-ranked leaders. Psychologists described the group as a textbook example of digital cult behavior, where anonymity, groupthink, and obsession created a breeding ground for extreme violence. And here's the part that left everyone in the courtroom speechless. Some members were planning their next moves even from behind bars. They believed their digital network could survive any crackdown. That's how deep this went, and that's why it's so important we understand it. The aftermath was surreal. Families of victims, authorities, and the public were left grappling with questions that might never be answered. How could someone be normal at work, in school, or at home, and participate in something so horrific? Experts warn that the internet's anonymity makes these digital cults a continuing threat. Some former members came forward, describing the psychological control exerted over them. They admitted that curiosity had drawn them in, but the cult's strict hierarchy, rituals, and manipulative leadership made it nearly impossible to leave. It was a stark reminder of how dangerous obsession and influence can become when amplified by technology. Now I have to ask you, do you think online communities like this will keep emerging? Or can authorities finally stop them? Comment your thoughts below. And if this story shocked you as much as it did me, hit that like button and subscribe for more chilling investigations. So, what started as whispers on the dark web became a full-blown nightmare. The Maniac Murder Cult isn't just a story, it's a warning. The internet can connect us, inspire us, and teach us, but it can also hide some of humanity's darkest impulses. And somewhere out there, behind a screen, the next digital cult could already be forming. Thanks for watching. Remember, if a story unsettles you, don't look away. Learn, question, and stay vigilant. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, so you never miss the truths lurking in the shadows.